Welcome to episode 140 of Soccer Over Gotham, the Kids Are Alright edition. We have a great show for all of you. Gary, what do we have in this episode?
We got a whole lot, so much. Let's just jump in. Two games. We got two wins in two different countries. Gotham beats top four team Orlando, but does this say more about Gotham or Orlando? We'll discuss that. Then Gotham dispatches all their young players to El Salvador. That field brought back some nightmares for me from my playing days. But let's just say the kids are all right. And speaking of kids, Mac actually may get to play against some of her peers as Gotham will head to Vancouver in the Championship Cup facing an academy team. That's right. Roster news, we have Gotham loans out a 19-year-old who was probably not ready for full-time minutes yet for a 19-year-old who may not be ready for full-time minutes yet. That's interesting. We'll talk about it. Then we got Jalen Howell, Manny Freeman, and KKB notes, and much more of that. Then we didn't want to be here, but here we are. We are scoreboard watching from here on out as Gotham hasn't made it easy on themselves or us, and they have to climb the standings. So we're going to be watching every game, looking over every result, and just stressing out the rest of the way. September is a wild month. Gotham has to fly to San Diego, then to Vancouver, then to San Jose in 9 days. I'm tired just thinking about it. But Ruby, it's a lot. How are you?
I just got tired by you saying that. Like,
Right?
where? Here? There? Oh, wow. A lot of traveling for Gotham. But I'm doing good, doing well. I was just telling you I can't believe it's September already and some leaves already changing colors. Kind of like getting that summertime sadness, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. So first, congrats to the Liberty for making the playoffs.
Woo!
Excellent for them. They're a team that's not healthy right now, and if they get healthy, they can make a run. They just got to get healthy and just limp their way to the playoffs and just go on a run. Brooklyn FC won their first game. Drew Spokane gave up a late equalizer almost in stoppage time. Disappointing. But go check them out. I was happy that they were so willing to work with us and give us a double player interview, which I loved. I had a lot of fun doing it. Both Sam Kroger and Jess Graziano were amazing. They're wonderful. And Brooklyn was really thoughtful and encouraging to us to do more stuff. So hopefully we'll get more players, maybe some sporting directors from them on there as well. So I'd love to expand our coverage to them since they're being so nice to us. Ruby, I had to make this note. We didn't get to cover the Utah game because first, it was not a fun game. I'm glad we didn't get to talk about that. It was just bad. Second, we have a big team here. Obviously with you, we have Jenna, we have Amanda sometimes pops in, we have Noella. So we've got a pretty big team here, but I simply just could not get two of us in the same room at the same time. I don't know. It was just a weird week. However, in the notes, I think this is funny. So I had, because there was nothing to talk about, I was like,
Yeah.
just not for nothing, like Jalen Howell had two rocket shots and like they were both blocked, but they were both on target. And I was like, that should be noted because that feels like progress. And then in the game against Orlando, she blasts one on frame and scores our second goal of the season. What a rocket. I couldn't be happier that she is growing and getting better each game. And she is turning out to be quite the warrior for Gotham. And I can't wait to see her back in the national team picture. She's been awesome.
Yeah, I feel like this season with Gotham, I've seen her like herself, like her being herself, and that's really nice to see on the pitch.
Gotham has simply unleashed her. As we talked about before, she was one of the top two draft picks, and Germa went to San Diego, a good spot, and she went to Racing, a spot where nothing was going well. Racing had no idea what they were doing, and I felt that she almost regressed as a player because it just was a mess
Mm-hmm.
over there, right? So she goes to Seattle. She falls out of the national team picture. She
Yes.
goes to Seattle just to get herself right again. And it's a decent situation in Seattle. She can be settled in there. Then she comes to Gotham, and I was like, okay, what kind of player are we getting? Are we getting the promise of a top two draft pick and a national team player? Or are we getting a broken player coming through the system? And it turns out that she was still the player that she was when she was drafted. She's been unreal this season. Just a career year for her. She's got 25 shots this year and only 7 on target. So feeling that
Gotta work on that.
yeah, she's definitely going to work on that. But if she figures out how to get balls on target, there may be no stopping her or Gotham because she's been excellent in every other part of the game.
I think I'm gonna have to like manifest that to happen.
Yes. Yes. She's 96th percentile in all defensive categories in tackles 1, duels 1 percentage, aerial duels 1 percentage, interceptions, block shots, fouls committed, recoveries 101, crazy, and possessions 1 in the final third. She's just been all over the pitch and she's been owning the middle of the field. Wanted to start off positively talking about how good Jalen Howell's been this season. Any other thoughts on Jalen Howell before we get to the games? Talk about
She's been great, and I'm glad the fouls made it into the stats too.
Yes. Yes. She's a born leader, and you saw how in the early going that Amros was so excited to have her here. She's such a natural leader, and she jumped right in and just took hold of the leadership of this team. And she's always outspoken, and she's very direct. So, like, it'd be kind of fun to have her on the podcast because I would have to be like more like funnier because she's very like straight and direct. So that'd be kind of fun. Anyway, fans, just know that putting this whole thing together, from writing the show to doing the social media to project management to editing to the whole process here, takes a lot of time. It's a lot for all of us to do this, and it's expensive for me to do this. The recording platform itself is very, very expensive. I'm not asking for a single penny from anybody. All I ask for is that whatever you're listening to us on, subscribe to us and then share us. That's it. Mostly on YouTube. We're growing our video presence on there on YouTube, and more stuff is coming. So I just want to thank you guys for subscribing, liking, and sharing, and comment if you can. Ruby. So Gotham made 2 moves. First, they loaned Stella out to Gainbridge Super League side Fort Lauderdale. The loan runs to the end of the year, which, interesting note, is that there is an option to extend. Gotham can recall her in January for the 2026 FIFA Women's Champions Cup. So that's interesting. Then they get, according to it was originally reported by She Kicks, I want to give them credit. They got it right. West Ham and England teenager Princess Adamalui is set to join the club. 19-year-old striker who has been with West Ham's academy and is joining for an undisclosed fee. That's very exciting. Your thoughts?
I don't know. I'm trying to understand what Gotham is doing here, and I don't know, for some reason I can't. I guess the good is that they are loaning out Stella to get her competitive minutes and just showing how they're committed to her development. But the bad that I see with these 2 trades here, my concern here is that they're adding another forward to the team that's already like stacked with and has a bunch of them. And we're seeing some of the struggles and the chemistry already. And you have to wonder, like, where does Princess fit in this? Does bringing a new player is going to throw off the chemistry that they're trying to build here? That's a risk, bringing a new player to integrate. But I don't know. Hopefully, it's not like that. Hopefully it pays off and it could be a massive move for the future.
It could be. And it seems like Gotham has designated that spot on the roster for a developmental player. Loaning them out is something that is good for the players. They can get more minutes. With Princess, Jenna reported that from her sources, Jenna's sources, that the player might also go out on loan, which is another thing that's interesting. This is something that bigger clubs do, right? They buy a lot of young players and then they loan them out, let other people develop their players. Until Gotham gets a 2 team, this is not a bad idea. Keep buying all these young players, send them out on loan, let them be developed, and then pull them into the fold when they're ready to be on the fold. And if they can't, then sell them off. That's not Not a bad thing, right? I totally get that she's a forward and we don't need forwards, and she may not be ready to jump in right away. I totally get that. It just seems like the team wants this roster spot for development. Princess herself, she is an interesting player. She joined West Ham at 12 years old and became the first player through their foundation player pathway to make their way to the senior team. And she did that at age 16 against Brighton and Hove. And then this year she was struggling to get a little bit of minutes. She goes over to Gotham, and then we'll see what happens from there. But it's interesting. We'll see what happens. One for the future. Let's talk about Jess Carter. This is interesting as well. Ruby, a man has been arrested by police investigating online abuse sent to English defender Jess Carter during the Women's European Championship earlier this summer. Lancashire police arrested a 59-year-old man in Great Harwood on Thursday morning of suspicion of malicious communications in relation to some of the messages. He has since been released under investigation while the inquiries continue, a police statement said. Cheshire Constabulary Chief Constable Mark Roberts, I love the names of British police officers, the National Police Chief Council for Footballing Policy. The messages directed towards Jess Carter were appalling, and I would like to commend her for standing up to this abuse and assisting with our investigation. Nobody should be subjected to such disgusting abuse, and I expect that today's arrest will, of note, be the first of many of over the coming months. We want to make it clear that racist abuse of this nature will not be tolerated. Everyone is responsible for what they do and say, and we want to ensure offenders cannot hide behind a social media profile and post vile comments. What do you got, Ruby?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's embarrassing the fact that a 59-year-old man was arresting for sending online abuse to Jess Carter during the Women's Euros. And that's just unacceptable. It's really unacceptable. And it's time that people who hide behind a screen and just post these awful things and racist comments face real world consequences. And it's huge that this person was arrested. And I'm so proud of Jess Carter for standing up for herself and assisting with the investigation. This kind of behavior has no place in sports, women's soccer, or just anywhere else. Just doesn't have no place, period.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And hopefully many, many more we got him's. Because obviously, as you said, Ruby, it's a scourge, and people think that they can hide behind their screens and talk trash about players, and it's not just them. It's usually directed at certain players and players of color, and it's unacceptable, especially anywhere where it's found. So glad this is happening. Good on Jess Carter. She's been nothing but a class person, class individual, and a class player since she's been here. We love her, and yeah, no one deserves to have that, whether they're a good player or a bad player or whatever. So again, hope it's first of many. Let's jump into, we got 2 games to cover, Ruby. So let's just talk about it. I mean, Gotham, we got to face it. Gotham has must-win games from here on out. One slip and they could be not making the playoffs. Orlando is an interesting team at the moment. Enda is out for the season, and they seem to be in a identity crisis. First, I just want to point out that Mandy Freeman is now the total most appearances for Gotham FC player in the club history. Congrats to Mandy Freeman. That's amazing. She's another amazing person.
She's Gotham. Like, oh my God. Like, when we went to see her, the last Sports Illustrated stadium game, I was like just thinking like how long she's been here, and it's so amazing that she's still here with Gotham.
Yeah, 2017 is when she was drafted.
Yeah.
She's
Sky blue.
Yeah, indeed. Just awesome. And yeah, we want her to be here for life, and when she retires, build her a statue. Definitely need that. Mandy has 119 now. Christy Pierce had 116, tied with Sarah Woldmo also for 116. So again, that's pretty good company to be in. The most interesting thing about this lineup coming in is Neely Martin is again outside of the 18 and healthy. And we got Hasbo making her first league start. Good on the youngster. She's been excellent so far. Just your thoughts on Hasbo getting her first start.
Well, First, nice lineup. I like that Bernina started in this
Mm,
game.
true.
I would have liked to see Harper instead of Chase.
Hmm.
But yeah, Hasbo over Martin is interesting here. We talked about the lack of central, uh, like creation in the midfield playmaker. I think Hasbo has that energy and she's very creative in that role. And I think that the team needs her there. She worked well with Howell and Rose LaBelle, and I think she gave them like a little engine, a little spark there in the midfield.
It did. And obviously, we mentioned earlier, Jalen Howell is locked in this midfield. It is her midfield. So we need to find ways to accentuate her talents and build that three midfield where it all seems to have to work together. Rose Lavelle in the 10, which is something we've been asking for. She hasn't been healthy enough.
Mm-hmm.
But so we need some player to be in between that, not to like, we need that eight, that box to box midfielder that can shuttle the ball between lines, can act in between Howell's defensive nature and Roosevelt's attacking nature. Terran Torres fits that role a lot, but Hasbo seems to be that key that unlocks that those three. She's been really good at finding spots in between the lines, shuttling the ball around, completing a lot of passes, and being a workhorse on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball, finding good spots inside the box and getting back and hustling on defense. I don't think it's in my notes, but late in this game, both Astaire, we'll talk about Astaire later, but Haswell made a really good run back, got around a player on top of the box really late in the game, just showing off her defensive capabilities as well. Good on her. But Rubio, I think we should talk about this. Brunina starting, as you mentioned, is very interesting. With Banda, not Orlando is they've been like a one trick pony, right? I don't want to denigrate them anyway, but like just saying that they would sit back and then just absorb pressure, get the ball to Marta, and Marta would find Banda over the top, and she would drag you 50 yards downfield, and then you're chasing the game. And this is what they would do over and over again, and it worked. But without Banda there, now we don't have to worry so much about sending our defenders forward, which definitely works in Brunina's favor because she sat high in this pitch. Her position was across the midline, and she helped out a lot in the getting the press to work. Astaire, Gabby, and her worked really well, pinning Orlando in a couple times in the corner. That is something that we missed, and her ability to just slow the game down, find good pockets of space, and play the ball around. So when Gotham decided to shut the game down, they pulled her, put in Manny Freeman as more of a defender. So that's obviously Ramos just doesn't trust her defensively, but it was good to see her out there.
Yeah, seems like Amaral still doesn't trust her defensively, like you said, but I kind of understand. I mean, I feel like she's done some mistakes in the past, like when she got that red card in the semifinal against Washington. I think that was she should have controlled herself better in that game. She's a little too aggressive. And then Banda being out definitely benefited Gotham. Of just focusing on one player, they were able to be more unified and collective in their defense effort, and it allowed them to be more proactive, to press up higher in the field, shut down Orlando's attacks as a whole. It was good.
Yeah, being able to get Lily up the field and Bernini up the field was a good thing for this club. I'll just talk about some of the goals. The goals were, I don't know when the last time we've seen Gotham have a well worked goal like the first goal. It's been a while, right, Ruby? So it starts from Hasbo to Bernini outside, back into Rose. Rose being Rose, pokes the ball free, and Astaire doing Astaire things. She waits the defender, comes across her view. She cuts across the defender, which blocks the goalkeeper, plays it back right off their shoulder into the back corner. Beautiful shot, left-footed. Like there's no one saving that. Clinical, world class, perfect goal. No notes.
Exactly. You called it world class, and you're right. You're absolutely right. It's the kind of finish that separates the good strikers from great ones like her. The defender had no momentum at all. I thinking she was going to have to chase the ball, but like you said, quick cut, perfect plays, shot, completely made it happen like always. 12 goals in the season now.
Just cruising. And we mentioned it early in the podcast. Wow. Holy Howell. We got to find like a good catchphrase for that. Because I hope that she does it again and again and again. Left foot out of the air on a straight volley to the back of the net. I mean, just ripped it. Nobody in the world is saving that. Just an incredible goal. Good for her. I hope it's second of many, many more. Incredible goal.
Yes, we need more of those.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's just like if she finds the back of the net regularly, or if she can get balls on target regularly, it's a whole different Gotham FC. Just awesome. But I think we do need to talk about it. Once Gotham goes up 2-0, Orlando is out of sorts. They're playing poor balls out of the back. They're trying to get forward. They're out of sorts, and Gotham does not punish them for it. And Gotham still has a lack of a killer instinct. Mm-hmm. There was just a couple breakdowns. Stangle's all alone. Slow the game down. Go to the corner. Let the players come into the attack. Build something. You don't have to go directly to goal all the time. It's very frustrating. Morehouse made a really, really beautiful save later on Stangle that kept up all of the net. But like for the most part, it's just like it's very, very frustrating to watch. They should have put them away.
Yeah, that's true. And this is not the Orlando from last year, and Gotham was only able to score 2 on them with this Orlando team not having Banda. And I feel like, like you said, they're having like an identity crisis right now without her. And it's not good, but it also doesn't make Gotham look good. Yeah, you beat them, but not the best win. We needed those 3 points. Good thing we got those 3 points. But that doesn't make me feel like like this is a different Gotham. Like, you know, like they have gotten better.
Yeah, and if I'm an Orlando fan, I am worried. I am seriously worried about that team. I don't think I think she's an amazing player, but I don't know if she's the answer. They have to figure out a whole new way of playing without Banda. It's going to be rough for them, but that's good for us. We can climb. But I mean, we talked about Hasbro earlier, making a great run back and getting on the other side of the attacker. Great block. Esther also, like, it was like 85th minute of the game. She tracks back, pokes the ball free of a player at the top of the box, and you're just wow. Her work rate is just incredible. Nobody's working harder than her right now. She's running a marathon each game. Just fantastic.
I mean, hopefully we have her healthy all year long.
Yeah, no doubt. Other things we should note about this game, I think, is Portillo and Jace were invisible in this match. No chances created from the outside. Not from her, not from Jace, not from any of our wide players. Even when Stangle came in, 0 chances created. Just we're not getting enough from wide areas. Just not enough. We mentioned Hasbro has been excellent. Glad to see her showing off a little bit. And she almost got one earlier. Morehouse made another really good save on that one. But ultimately, Ruby, I just think this game says more about Orlando than it does about Gotham. I think Gotham's lack of killer instinct is showing.
It definitely is.
Anything else before we jump to stats?
No, not really much to say about this game. Like I said, yeah, I'm glad we got the 3 points. Not mad about that, but they have to get better, and I don't feel they're getting better.
Gotham is 6-6 on the season right now.
That's ironic.
Yeah, and I mentioned my stat of the game is going to be 0 chances created from Jace, Portillo, Midge, and Stangle.
And then, even though Gotham won, they were outshot by Orlando. So Orlando had 12 and Gotham had 9.
Yeah. However, on the positive side, AKB kept 15th regular season shutout, I believe. That's in 32 or 33 games. So almost half of her games are shutouts. She also has the fewest goals allowed of
Mm-hmm.
any goalkeeper at 40 starts to start their NWSL career, beating
Wow.
Bella Bixby by, I think,
Mm.
one goal. Just
Okay.
awesome. Yeah. Hero of the match. This one was fun because it ended up being almost a three-way tie from Esther at 29, Howell 31, Lavelle at 31. Do you agree, Ruby?
Yeah, I think everyone pretty much worked equally in this one. Stair, Howell, and LaBelle.
Yes. And also Berger, Hasbo, Reel, and Carter. Okay, second game. This one is interesting. Out to El Salvador. This is the second CONCACAF W Champions Cup group stage game, and Alianza lost 7-0 to Washington the game before at home. And so Gotham is needs those 3 points just to stay in line. And essentially, if Washington wins their next game and Gotham wins their next game, they are through to the semifinals. The game against Washington is pretty much going to be meaningless just for seeding purposes. But Alianza has a couple players out from injuries. They're the Salvadorian champs, and they were looking to rebound from their difficult start against Washington. And this lineup is fun, Ruby. Jace on the left side, Harper on the right side. Mac Witham gets the start, her first start. Sophia Cook, Shapansky, and Neely Martin in the midfield. Carter Torres Duran getting her start, and Freeman Hogan is in nets. I forgot that she was even playing for most of that match.
For real.
Yeah.
But Whittam with her start. Wow, that's actually really good for her. 15-year-old player. She's young. And in this starting 11, we see a lot of young faces in the roster for this tournament, the CONCACAF W games. I think it's good to give like some of these players a break and to see these young players play in an actual game.
Yeah, you got to get the ball to Mac Witham's feet more often. She can do magical things, but she had too few touches in this game.
Yeah.
But first, I think we should talk about is wow, that turf sucks. that turf, that brought me back some nightmares. Like when you play on turf like that, which I have many times in my playing time, it is like this thin carpet. If you can see from like the TV camera that like it was wavy, there was seams. That is an actual like carpet, and then underneath that carpet there's like a small little bit of like rubber, and then underneath that is like concrete. So it's
Ooh.
just like it's just rough. And you saw that like when Stengel fell, she fell like like a normal fall on any other field. She pops right up and
Yeah.
gets going. She got up, she was holding her arm because like
Yep.
it's a hard fall on that surface. The ball does not roll on that field. It takes little tiny hops and takes like skips, so like you can't control the ball
Mm-hmm.
very well on that. It obviously takes huge bounces. It almost caught Hogan out one time, almost caught their keeper out one time. The field just does not do anything that you expect it to do. Gotham had a lot of trouble early on with long passes, and ball just rolls. It doesn't slow down. It just keeps going. The player I think who did the best on this surface was Bruninha because she stopped the ball and she took a look around and she just played the ball in the air to people. So I think she had a better understanding of the field and how to play on it. I thought she did really well. But Ruby, wow, that field was terrible.
Yeah, that was a terrible field, and like you said, the balls were just rolling away from players' feet. But one time, Midge tried to go for a ball, and she couldn't get to it. I think Cook did the same thing. Stangl, a lot of players. It was terrible. But
I was hoping that Midge and Rose would not play on this surface because that is
uh,
not a good surface to play on.
yeah, I think they just put Midge in because she needs to start playing. She needs some minutes and get in form.
Yeah. Uh, what else with this turf? No, nothing else. So Gotham has a pretty poor first half. Alianza, after taking 7 goals of the first game, they just decided to put every player behind the ball. And it was really hard breaking them down. Mac was not getting the ball, as I mentioned earlier. It was just hard to break them down. And sometimes it just takes something to go your way. Like Sophia Coco had a very good game, I think, overall. She got plowed from behind inside the box. It's a clear penalty. And Jace, I mean, cool as you like, one of the better penalties you'll see. puts it in the far post. Just a great penalty. Good to get her on the board and getting her confidence back.
Yeah, that was actually a great penalty.
Mm-hmm.
But when Washington played Alianza, did they play in the same field?
Same field.
Same field? Okay. So I just wanted to make sure it's on the same field because Washington won 7-0, destroyed them completely. They came out and I don't know, they destroyed Alianza. They were like, we're just gonna score as many goals as possible. And then Gotham, on the other hand, was completely a different vibe. It wasn't flashy, it was not explosive. Yes, no, it wasn't. And they controlled the game with 74% possession. But here's what you have to work on: the finishing. They really have to work on the finishing. They had 13 shots, but only 2 of them were on target. That's the huge thing that they need to work on. It's frustrating to have to say this over and over again, especially I honestly thought they were going to win this game at least 5-0. They should have. They're not as good. We got to be honest here. Gotham's not as good as Washington Spirit right now, but they're a good team and they could have done that in this game and they didn't. It's frustrating just to watch them dominate the game like the stats say and not be able to put as many goals away.
Yeah, it's a couple things. The first game, Alianza came out to play, and this game they just sat in. It's different when they're opened up and when they're not opened up. So there was that. But yes, Washington has a killer instinct that Gotham does not have. And Gotham's not able to get much again from wide areas. Harper looked really good. She just if you're a player at that level, she's going to burn you. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. But good on Kayla Duran. I mean, what an athlete.
Yeah.
She got about like a 35-inch vertical, put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, that was quite impressive for a player of her size. Yeah. Good for her. She was commanding in this match. Excellent. I'm glad she got her first, and I'm just glad she's here. She's fitting in very well. And then you know what, Ruby, we got points. Let's move on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's this kind of tournament. You just want to just win and move on, so Gotham has 2 games left. We have September 16th. We go to Vancouver Whitecaps, FC Girls Elite. That's correct. And then October 1st, we got Washington Spirit at Subaru Park. Hopefully a game that means nothing. Now, the Vancouver Whitecaps FC Girls Elite is an interesting story. They won their league, so they were qualified. Now there is the Northern Super League. So I assume the Northern Super League is going to be the teams that are going to be in the tournament next year, the following year, and things like that. But for now, we got an academy team. And the Vancouver Whitecaps FC Girls Elite doesn't exist anymore. They were absorbed by the Vancouver Rise FC of the Northern Super League as their academy. So technically, Vancouver Rise could send their players down to the academy level and play, but it looks like they did not against Washington. It looked like a bunch of 15-year-olds and a 20-year-old keeper who is on the first team roster. They obviously did not take this very seriously.
Oh, God. Well, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So whatever roster they decide to field is going to be interesting. But yeah, it's going to be a bunch of Mac Witham 15-year-olds running around, and you hope. I mean, Washington only beat them by like 4. Hopefully Gotham could win by 1 or 2.
Let's just hope for the best. I don't know. Let's just get a win. Let's get 3 points to poke them with the stick. Do something.
So a lot of traveling in that week. It's going to be a lot. The stats, not really much to talk about. There really isn't much stats for these games, though. 73% possession for Gotham. 8 corner kicks to 0 for Alianza is what it is. Dominated statistically, just didn't put balls in the back of the net, and cannot break down a low block. Just something we can't do. Hero of the match, Duran ran away with it 64%. Agree.
Yes, me too. First professional goal as well, so.
Yeah, let's go, Kayla. Let's jump back to the standings, the actual standings. Kansas City is running away with it. So since we're going to be scoreboard watching, again, we don't want to be here, but here we are. We want Kansas City to win every game from here on out because no one's catching them.
Yeah.
Let them clear.
Did they clinch already?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
clinched. Let them clear the way for us. Beat everybody. We'll see them in the playoffs. We'll beat them then. Washington Spirit is in second place. San Diego in third. Orlando in fourth now. And then there's I would say the group that we are fighting with are from the fifth down. We might catch Orlando, maybe, but we can definitely catch five. This week, Gotham can reach as high as fifth place with a win, with a Seattle loss, and with Racing in Portland drawing. So there is that scenario, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Let's look at. There's a whole bunch of teams in this spot, anywhere from 5 to 11. There's a 7-point difference. That's not. I mean, everybody has a chance at that point. So Chicago's out, Utah's out. Bay is hanging on there for dear life, but good we can knock them off and hopefully end their playoff run. This weekend, we have a couple of games. Let's take a look at them. First, we have Portland and Racing. I'm rooting for the Meteor, but let's take a draw on that one. 1 point each. Keep them, that's about their best. We don't want anybody climbing on us, or they're both right ahead of us. So then we have North Carolina and Utah Royals. Who cares? Let's go Utah, right? They're at the bottom of the table.
They had their second win their past game of the season.
Bay and the KC. Let's go KC.
Mm-hmm.
Orlando and Chicago. Let's go Chicago, right? Chicago, yeah, they can't catch anybody. So 11 points. Yikes. Let's go Jenna Bike. Washington Spirit and Seattle. I think we got to root for Washington here. We got to catch Seattle. Yeah. So let Washington and KC, they're going to make the playoffs. Let them go. Gotham and Angel City, that's a big one for Gotham. Both in the same spot. We are 8th. They are 9th. We have one more point than them, but we have a 10-goal differential better than them. So we could definitely put some distance between us two if we get the win there. And then Houston and San Diego. Let's go San Diego. They have to be Houston. Houston's climbing on us. They are 4 points from us. Let's go San Diego. Let the top three do what they got to do. Ruby, your thoughts on this match is going to be at home Sunday, 5 p.m., late game on a Sunday on ESPN, Sports Illustrated Stadium. Again, ESPN, it starts the busy September. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
It was going to be an interesting match because, like you said, Gotham and Angel City are right there neck to neck. It's going to be interesting to see them play now that Alyssa Thompson might not be with Angel City anymore. There's talks with Chelsea, and she might go to Chelsea. That would be good. It's official already?
It's gone.
Oh, man. I guess that happened the last few hours today because it was still in talks when I was like looking up the news. That's crazy. So no Thompson now. She has been great for the team this year. Not having her again is going to benefit Gotham, and we'll take anything we can get right now because Gotham is also struggling with finishing those chances. If they're able to create chances, there's a lot of miscommunication there with the team, no chemistry. So hopefully they can work on something and I don't know, start getting better.
It's an interesting time for Angel City. New coach is in place, and it's. I don't know if this is because of the new coach or just the players wanted out, but they're moving players around. Alana Kennedy was left. She moved also to Michelle Kang's London City team. Then you have Alyssa Thompson going away. So there's a lot of turnover in that roster right now. Good for Gotham. Hopefully we'll catch them not being coalesced. And it's always good not to see Alyssa Thompson cutting on her right foot every time and putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
How many times is it going to take before like a defender says, okay, maybe I not let her get her on her right foot? She does it like over and over again. Like half her goals are cutting into and putting back post. Gosh, every time.
Signature move.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be good. Both teams pushing for a playoff spot. It's going to be a good atmosphere. Hopefully get a lot of people out there. Get there if you can. Should be a nice night in September. Ruby, September is going to be craziness. So first, we got home against Angel City on September 7th. Then they fly to San Diego for a Friday game on the 12th. Then they fly to Vancouver for a Tuesday game on the 16th. Then they fly from there to Bay FC on the 21st. Then back home against Portland. Then CONCACAF Champions Cup October 1st, Washington, Philly. So there's a lot of moving around. And all these teams are important teams for Gotham to knock off. So, except for San Diego. But this is actually a decent run of teams that if they win out, they're going to be in a very good spot. They can knock off a lot of teams.
Yeah, they need to get as many points as possible right now
No
for
doubt.
regular season. A loss could put them in a bad spot. So we'll see what happens.
What do we manifest in this for this game?
Honestly, just a win, nothing else. Let's just win. Doesn't have to be pretty like we've seen. Just get those 3 points.
Hopefully, a light injury report. Hopefully, the players that may have picked up an injury over there in CONCACAF are okay. Hopefully, Stanko's okay. Mentioning that Rose might be injured. I don't know. We'll find out on their injury report. Hopefully not. But yeah, let's just hope for a light injury report and Howell for another Howell banger. Let's go for it. Any random thoughts before we go?
It's just starting to rain really bad here. It's thundering. I was like, what's going on? I didn't know it was going to rain today.
Should have warned you. It rained here first. But yeah, so like I've been killing it. I don't know, I've read 14 books since May. Not bad.
Wow.
I know. And I'm waiting for a book to come in on Libby. One Dark Window. It's a fantasy book, ish book, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read that. But like in between and while I'm waiting, I'm like just bowling through other books.
Yeah.
So it's been been good. I'm proud of myself. I haven't read.
That's really good.
Yeah. Talk to you soon. See you on the next show, everybody. Again, like, subscribe, leave comments, good comments, positive comments, no haters. All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.